I first came to New York in I first came to New York long time ago, and that's when I figured what Simone de Beauvoir meant when they said there is something in the New York air that makes sleep useless. Well, there's so much energy here. There's so much happening, and looks like every nation in the world is busy at work here. One can go on about the energy of the place, but what I want to focus on in this video is speak about the theater scene in New York. The city is really spoiled for choice. Look at museums and art galleries. You have the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the MoMA, of course. You have the Guggenheim, the Whitney Museum, the Paris Museum, and I'm forgetting a lot more. And of course, the Gagosian. And one can go on and on. But when it comes to music and performing arts, the choice is even greater. You have the Lincoln Center, you have the New York State Theater, the Carnegie Hall, the Town Hall in Manhattan, the Brooklyn School Academy of Music, Apollo Theater, the Till Center, and a place that I particularly like, the Blue Note Jazz Club, my favorite. How many other cities have an entire area devoted to theater performances, or as they call it here, Broadway performances? What is called Theater District has 41 theaters. Can you imagine that? And there are performances on in each and every one of these theaters. And to add to this, you have cinemas, the television studios, the restaurants, and believe it or not, yes, please believe it or not. And if all this action is not enough for you, you have free Shakespeare in Central Park, and you have buskers performing all over the place. Did you know that Robin Williams used to perform on the street outside MoMA? And that B.B. King, Janis Joplin, Rod Stewart, and Sheryl Crow were buskers. Did you know that Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, started out with a fire-eating street show where he was spotted by a circus worker who set him up at a drama school? Did you know that Steve Martin used to do comedy and play the banjo on the streets, and that he has instituted the Steve Martin Bluegrass Prize for brilliance in banjo? There's so much, as I said, is happening here. This time in New York, I had great hopes of watching To Kill a Mockingbird. But unfortunately, courtesy Corona, this was not to be. By the way, as an aside, if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend, please read it. Instead, I had the opportunity to watch the performance, which apparently has the most expensive tickets. This is Hamilton, an American musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, which tells the tale of Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers of the United States. The performance features R&B, soul, hip-hop, and the traditional show music. Hamilton was launched some 7 years back in 2015, and in meantime has won 11 Tonys, including the Best Musical, and continues to be a big crowd puller. I really loved how sassy the entire production is, as Hamilton raps through congressional speeches and some of the greatest moments and days of American history. I did wonder somewhere that would we in India be open to such a lively and cheeky musical on, say, Sardar Patel? I really wonder. What makes this time even better was that my son is in New York, so we had this opportunity to take in some culture together. I really had a wonderful time. I keep telling him that He's fortunate to be in New York, which is called the cultural capital of the world for a good reason. And like Sinatra sings, if I can make it here, then I can make it practically anywhere. New York, New York.